physical body. So the Asuras got trapped and got duped into becoming humans by the solar divas who are their children. You see, who are their children. You see, same concept. Same concept of what's going on. So in so many words, when you die, you meet face to face up with this tragedy again, and where your soul is going to go. If it's going to get reincarcerated back down here, or is it going to set up the land in the land of the shadows, which is those particular entities that were outside the cycles of time. You see what I'm saying? And were safe not to come back. Now, fortunately, maybe the last 20 years, or at least I know the last 15 years, most of the cycles of reincarnation have been broken. Most of the babies that come to this planet are souls that have been in transition for at least 50, 60, 70, 100 years. So they were in the cycle of transition, already coming back to the planet. But most of the ones now that expire are not trapped into the cycle of reincarnation. In so many words, this so-called astral light or astral plane, because one of the words for the demiurge is called plane. So this astral light or this astral plane has worn thin. It is petered out. It is petered out. You can tell based on the seasons being off. Is one of the indications. One of the indications and stuff. And so, as a result, a lot of people have broken the cycle of reincarnation, and they don't have to come back. So that means it sets up some type of way station that was set up before the ultimate reality of all this stuff dissolving back into this new world. And as a result, we know the last couple of years, that particular way station has become an oasis. You see what I'm saying? It's become an oasis. They partying all night and all day. Right. And stuff like that. So they're partying all night and all day and stuff. And meanwhile, the demiurge, or these particular beings, have lost their foothold on the earth, and the only thing they're doing at this particular time is they're surviving through the ignorance of the people. So these people are doing mass rituals, not just Orishas, but to the Christian aspect and the worship aspect of religions, and through religions, because even that Yoruba thing has become a religion. Right. They're doing all these mass worships and stuff, and in so many words, they're giving the demiurge their energy by keeping the demiurge alive, because the demiurge can only survive through the image or through the thoughts of man. In this case, the lower thoughts of man. Right. So in so many words, the demiurge is nothing but forms of ego that's outside of the body. You see, this is this ongoing monster. Now, this is interesting. Some people say, well, what about astral traveling? And what about, because this is one that that is set up, that is real key. You hear people say, ascended masters. But if the kingdom has not come yet, if the kingdom is not established, how can you have ascended masters? They have only ascended to the astral plane. You see, the matrix that we talk about, we know there's a physical matrix. What we don't understand here is the matrix has various levels of the matrix outside of the physical. And that's the astral plane, which is just basically the present universe A. Is made up of several planes. And so also you can ascend and break, and some of those people can break a cycles where they don't have to come back to the earth, and they're thinking that they are in paradise in heaven. They only have ascended to a non-physical plane, but it is still a form of the matrix illusionary phenomenon. That's why they talk about a holographic universe, Michael Talbot's book. You see, so it's still a form of a matrix.
Is this the universe A, universe B?
This is universe A. Universe B is beyond the world of death. The shadows, the Kalipos, which is beyond the world of Darth. Death and Darth is the same thing. See, so you got the front side of the tree of life of the Kabbalah, and those particular spheres are still 10 luminous emanations. Emanations don't mean reality, it's just prisms of light or emanations. It is behind the tree through the doorway of death, which is the real world.
Right.
And they say that the back of the tree will rule in the last days or in the end. So this whole Kabbalistic system is nothing but various forms of the astral plane, which is set up to be some type of simulation of heaven beyond the physical world that has been in action or been illuminated since creation, but it is not the ultimate reality. So the Hermetic text says that you may think that the Father, right there letting you know it's something, that the Father of all nourishes everything in the universe. This is called, and they call it some form of Zeus, the great Father. They say, but it is not the ultimate reality of all that is to be. The ultimate reality is inner circle in the ground. Now, if you take the earth off of that and stuff, this inner circle in the ground is nothing but the deepest part of your subconscious mind, the inner world. You see what I'm saying? The inner world. Now, when you die, it's based on your consciousness. You go, it's just this reincarnation cycle, because believe it or not, they're not really getting trapped in that now and stuff. That light can't hold them so in so many words, although they might go to the light, they are still not being trapped in the reincarnation cycle. They're still ending up in the other world, which is the world of the dead, the kingdom of Osiris, because it is not strong enough to contain those souls. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you do that, so that means the only ones that's incarnation is the ones who's been reincarnated for thousands in that cycle. But the rest of the people are going to this particular world. You see what I'm saying? That this particular world, that is the world to come. Now, which is the kingdom of Osiris or the kingdom of death. Right. Now, it's set up like a pyramidal structure, and it's all based on your consciousness. So let's say if your family members who were just ignorant, good dead people, when they go to that particular realm, they'll be amongst all kind of family members, and that's probably what you see when you see the light. They'll be amongst all kind of family members, and that's a form of, and that's cool for right now. But then there's the next level. It will be the realm of people that have a little more consciousness. And then the highest levels will be the ones that will be ones with the God. So let's take me and what I'm dealing with. I have been in this thing long enough until my first 10 years was this whole aspect of being a part of the knowledge, the gnosis, and figuring out, you see, figuring out all of this, or recalling all of this. My soul trying to figure out what it is to be that of a soul. The last 5 years, I have entered into a court where I'm one with the God. There is no difference than me and the gods. As a matter of fact, through some of the women and the woman I'm with now, I have had sex with literally Lakshmi last week. I have had sex with Ozuli. I had sex with her in 2002. And other cosmic beings. So in so many words, the only difference is I am annexed in this physical world, but I'm one with God. So let's just say if I was to transcend right now, I would be in a higher heaven, in a higher heaven. I would be at the ultimate pinnacle of that. And then right up under there would be a group of people that's enlightened, that have a certain amount of knowledge. And up under that would be the dead motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So it's a principality in that world. Now ultimately, this is not a thing where all the souls have to wake up and we got to wait down here for all the souls. This will be a million years because the way the dumbest motherfucking niggas are.
Right.
And we 4 or 5 people that's enlightened, it's futile.
Right.
We are only opening the doorways that ultimately those entities won't even have to do that work. We're doing that work for them. So each one of us have representatives, and we are learning and trying to contemplate what is this? What is this journey? What am I doing? All the stuff you're going through, you got about maybe 1,000 people connected with you that don't have to do this because you were the representative doing it. Not like sometime if somebody died way out in California and you ain't got enough money to send the whole family, you send a representative of the family. So we are representative of so many hundreds of dead folks. In the aspect of, when I'm saying dead folks, I'm not talking about the physical dead folks, I'm talking about people that's asleep is a good word for it. The people that's asleep. You see what I'm saying and all? It's the people that's plugged in. You see, so now on one aspect here, what we talk about here is, but in the ultimate reality is, we have done this work and we're doing this work in the ultimate reality through our initiations. We are actually bringing about a world where everybody at once, in a twinkling of the eye, it says in the Bible, will be at this one state. You see what I'm saying? Or this one level of these returning cosmic beings. How many souls there are down here? Right. Obviously, there are more people down here than there is souls. You talk about the original ones. But since we are the original people, we don't really have to worry about that. Right. And for whatever reason people got down here, whatever type thing, they got to worry about that, no. But the point about it here is, we are doing the work for them so they don't have to take another 1,000 years of initiation to get where we are. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Because ultimately, it'll still be one mind. It's like the Borg. And then when we're assimilating shit, everybody motherfucker think alike. And these individuals down here trapped in this physical, they don't really like that. You know, Captain Kirk and them is white boys and shit like that. They don't understand the concept of one mind and stuff like that, but we have cultures. And it's not the same as somebody being these drone followers. We are individuals, but we're still a part of a collective. You see what I'm saying? So we are individuals because we are creative beings. That's what melanin does. It creates. Never stops moving. But we still have a general collective.